Hello and welcome. My name is Ruth and this is my channel, Forbidden Practices. Have you ever been to a place where the indigents tell you they forbid certain practices? And have you ever wondered why? And how those practices came to be forbidden? If you have, then consider me your
very good day.
because I investigate such practices and present my findings to you in an entertaining blend of fiction and fact. Today's story comes from the town of Asaba, the capital of Delta State, Nigeria. What do the people of Asaba forbid? And why? Let's find out.
One night.
Only one night separated Onishe from the Udo. One more night, and Onishe would finally have a future. Tomorrow, Eminike would choose her in the Udo, and she would finally belong to someone.
Tomorrow, I become visible.
You see, Onishe Ahaba was born in the town known today as Asaba, but in those days, it was simply called the little town along the big river, the River Niger. On the day she was born, a heavy storm raged. The heavens wept so violently that the River Niger swelled, bursting its banks. The people of the village trembled, convinced the gods were angry. And in the midst of that chaos, Onishe was born. Her cry was swallowed by thunder, an omen that would come to define the rest of her life. Her mother, weak and ailing from too much blood loss, slipped into unconsciousness and later into the other life, never once holding her daughter. Her father took one look at the child and left to summon the village priest. The midwife cleaned the baby, wrapped her in clean cloth, and laid her beside her mother's cooling body. And no matter how loudly the baby cried, she would not pick her up again.
God forbid.
When the father returned with the priest, they stood at the doorway as the priest examined the child. He stared at skin, pale as unzo, at hair, the color of bleached bones. Fear tightened his chest. Such a child, drained of color, could not be from Mother Nature, who was full of color. This was the mark of the spirit world, a trickster wearing human skin. He was about to declare the child an evil spirit to be banished to the forest when the baby opened her eyes. Deep brown eyes. Eyes flecked with light in the gleam of the lantern. Only Mother Nature could bestow such eyes.
The priest hesitated.
What if I'm wrong? What if harming this child brings the mother's curse on us all?
Outside, the storm howled like a warning.
And so, the priest chose caution.
Turning to the father, he declared that both the spirit world and the mother had laid claim to the child. Only time and her actions would reveal where she truly belonged. He named her Onishe.
Please, pardon the noise. It's Salah and my neighbor's kids are around and they are especially noisy today. So forgive the tiny distractions. Making this story, a certain saying kept coming to mind. Man kills that which he doesn't understand. And that's true. Man's instinctive reaction to fear is to try to eliminate it. And man fears everything that is unknown. It's unfortunate, but it is animal reaction. But then if we call ourselves human, if we say we have a higher consciousness than that of the mammal in the jungle, then we should act better than that. The unknown is scary. I totally get it. I couldn't sleep in the dark for the longest, way past the time people would expect you to have outgrown such a fear. But yeah, I had that fear, and it stems from not being able to see what is around me, therefore not knowing what is around me. The moral of the story for me is that we should try our best to lead with grace, with mercy, especially when our actions will influence the lives of others. Anyway, that's my take. If you agree with me, let me know down in the comments. If you disagree with me, also let me know down in the comments. If you have similar stories like this that you would love to share with us, feel free to post it down in the comments. And until the next story, it's bye-bye